In this episode of Bear TV News, we spent some time at the Hillbilly Days, visited the Appy Awards, talked to some filmmakers at FMA Fest, learned about the new ITM program at UPike, talked to some retiring UPike faculty members, learned about some recent campus events, and much more. Hello UPike viewers, and welcome to the May 2022 edition of Bear TV News. I'm Trey Barnett.
And I'm Ben Tate. We are covering all the recent news at UPike in our community.
Up until recently, the last time Hillbilly Days was hosted in the streets of downtown Pikeville, it was 2019, and the world had never heard of COVID-19. That all changed this past month, with declining cases in the community allowed the city to press forward with hosting its annual event. Reporter Seth Witt has all the details.
Once a year, the moderately populated city of Pikeville becomes a hot tourist attraction with the arrival of Hillbilly Days. This is an event where attendees can come embrace themselves in hillbilly culture through rides, shopping, and eating delicious foods.
My favorite aspect of Hillbilly Days is definitely the food. It's got such a variety while also being so similar. All the different deep fried stuff, that is ridiculously amazing.
My favorite aspect is the shopping. I really like necklaces, so I really like going to the shopping area.
Due to the coronavirus, Hillbilly Days has been closed for the last 2 years, making this an even bigger attraction.
It's a lot busier than I remember it being, and that's probably because it shut down. But I didn't remember it being this busy, but that's a good thing.
Then there's the games and rides. They had anything for anyone from kiddie rides to bigger rides for the bravest of thrill seekers.
My favorite ride is the Himalaya. It's kind of on the ground and it goes really fast in a circle.
My favorite ride was probably, I forget what they're called, but they look like eggs.
At Hillbilly Days, there are so many things you can do in an hour, whether that be rides, shopping, or just eating. This has been Seth with Bear TV News, signing off.
On Saturday, May 7th, the graduating University of Pikeville seniors will be walking across the stage at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. This year, there will be no restrictions or limitation to who can attend graduation. This is the first normal graduation since the start of COVID-19 pandemic. These seniors have worked hard and pushed through the challenges that growing through a college during a pandemic can bring. It's great to see these seniors walk across the stage and receive their diplomas. UPike is expecting a large turnout and is excited about it.
I'm excited for graduation. This year's a big one for UPike because the past 2 years, we've kind of been stuck with COVID restrictions or having to split graduation. So not having to do a virtual graduation is exciting, and having grinding for 4 years and now finally getting to put on a cap and gown and getting the stolen diploma that I've worked so hard for and earned is going to be really nice to get. So yeah, I'm super excited for graduation.
A few weeks ago, our very own Andrew Stratton represented the University of Pikeville at the Appalachian Arts Entertainment Awards, also known as the Appies.
On Saturday, April 9th, I attended the Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards, also known as the Appies. Located at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg, Kentucky, the ceremony celebrated the best and brightest of the Appalachian region.
I'm really excited about it because I get to give the Star City Award, which is for the city of Prestonsburg. And it's really exciting that we have people who have left this area and have went out and they've really just stepped up, and they give people something to look forward to, and they give our young people something to look up to.
The event covered a wide range of categories, including many genres of music, visual art, as well as podcasts and venues. I got to speak with many of the presenters and nominees at the event, all of whom were ecstatic to have been chosen.
It's an honor to be chosen to present. We have such wonderful talent in the Appalachian region that having grown up here myself and being a part of it, I'm really happy that we are finally giving it the recognition that it's been long since due.
Well, it's so nice to be out and be in the public and not be restricted. It's so fun to get to do things like this again. It's really nice.
It's awesome, groovy, and Kentucky proud.
Tonight was a great night of celebrating some of the area's local talent. I'm Andrew Stratton with Bear TV News.
The UPike Film and Media Arts Department held their annual film festival from April 28th to April 30th. Emily Brown has more on this story.
The University of Pikeville's Film and Media Department held a 3-day film festival. This festival featured short films, documentaries, and feature-length films. After the award ceremony, I got the chance to interview Liz McFerrin, who was the lead actress in this year's winning film.
I was totally convinced another movie was going to win. Piper Pence in the Pandemic is kind of a retelling of the 2020 COVID pandemic, but as zombies, and just kind of the fun and chaos that comes with that. I was the starring role of Piper Pence. We won the first one, and then we won the second one, and I feel like crying, and I'm all shaky, and I feel like my head's gonna explode, and I don't really know what to do, so yeah.
I also got the chance to speak with Andrew Reed to get a better understanding of why he started this festival.
One of the things that excites me most about our film festival every year is getting to see our film and media arts students connect with other filmmakers from across the region and talk to them about their goals, share their work, sometimes exchange contact info, that way they can help each other out on future projects. Even though we take films from around the world, we really try to highlight regional works by filmmakers who grew up here or have some kind of connection to the area. It's really exciting to see work up on the screen featuring locations you've seen or people you've seen, and that also tends to draw a bigger crowd from the community.
I'm Emily Brown, and you're watching Bear TV News.
Looking for some help with your homework? The Center of Academic Excellence is a program led by Daria Aguilar. They have several tutors for every subject and major offered here on campus. We sat down with Ms. Aguilar to discuss how she motivates the students to complete their work.
It's really interesting because a lot of people ask me this question, but it just really comes naturally because I don't really make nobody come up here or nobody force to communicate with me and work with me. It's all about the mutual respect. It's all about building the relationship. It's about trust.
With its eyes on the future career opportunities and its ears to the needs of the community, UPike continues to improve its academic offerings with the addition of a new program in the Coleman College of Business.
At the University of Pikeville, the Coleman Business College has a relatively new major on offer for its students. The Information Technology Management, or ITM major, is currently overseen by Dr. Praveen Garuja in the top floor of the administration building, with one introduction course taking place in Armington.
I call this generation a generation of information technology. Knowingly or unknowingly, students use IT in different parts of their daily life. We want to sharpen those skills in this program and then also provide a kind of a career out of it for something that they would enjoy.
This major was created out of regional demand for a larger workforce in the IT field. This degree not only keeps students in touch with the current tech landscape, it also increases a graduate's potential for prolonged relevance in the future job market.
This program is uniquely designed to equip them with all the skills that they would need. So the skills that they enjoy the most, they can pick a job and then they can make a career out of it. It's a package that offers all the skills required for the future workforce.
This program is very similar to a previous program we had in computer science, but we revamped that program and now it's information technology management, and it covers contemporary issues with technology, but also a strong business background combined with it.
Dr. Garuja's office is located on the third floor of HPE in the Coleman College of Business area, room 301J.
I always welcome anybody to come and check more about this program. I would be happy to help you.
The ITM program here at UPike appears to be a most practical and job-oriented major available to the students here. For Bear TV News, I'm Josiah Carnes.
The Center for Student Engagement hosted a Women's Night on the last day of Women's History Month to show our appreciation for all our female students. This event was only available to women. Men who attended the event were there to cater for the women. The event was held on the 8th floor of Bears Tower and consisted of manicures, canvas paintings, a meat and cheese spread, and relationship talk with guest speaker Jen I.E.
Women should be appreciated for all the stuff that, I wouldn't say we go through, but we do go through a lot. And it's just it's always been about men and not really about women. So giving us a night to ourselves and getting our nails painted and everything makes me feel very appreciated and shows that they care about us and that we are important, because some things without women, men just wouldn't have.
Sadly, the English department will be losing one of its longest standing faculty members at the end of the semester with the retirement of a beloved professor.
Dr. James Riley has decided to lay down the pen and retire from the English department after 35 long years at the University of Pikeville. Bear TV News sat down to speak with Riley about what retirement means to him.
There'll be a lot of things I miss. I'll miss my friends on the faculty. I'll miss being in the classroom with the students. That was always an enjoyable experience. I'll probably miss going up on the hill every day. After 35 years, it's gotten to be a pretty strong habit.
Riley, who started at the university when Bill Owens was president, spoke during a convocation event about all the changes he has seen during his tenure.
Oh, Pikeville's changed a lot. The university's changed a lot since I've been here. In my farewell address, I described the college when I first came. We had no elevators. Every student that went to class climbed the 99. It was not a symbol at that time. It was a literal path you took to get to your classes.
Riley closed out the convocation by reading the audience a poem. As for what's next for Riley, some plans are laid out, but others, not so much.
I have no idea what retirement means. I know I won't be teaching every day. I know I won't be preparing classes anymore, and I won't be going up on the hill every day. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. I work during the summers. I write during the summers. I anticipate retirement being one long summer where I can focus on work exclusively, and I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to it.
This has been Jack with Bear TV News, signing out.
Dr. Riley isn't alone in his retirement. After a long career here at the University of Pikeville, Patricia Kowalik is retiring as a professor this year. Reporter Nancy Brown tells us more about the exhibit she created to honor her memories and Kowalik's journey as an artist.
The Weber Art Gallery has been home to many exhibitions since its creation back in the 1980s. As a final love letter to the UPike community, Pat Kowalik curated a collection of artwork she has created over the past 30 years to display the gallery she calls Intermission. Kowalik chose the title to signal this transformative period in her life, the space of time between teaching and retirement. Over her years as an artist, Kowalik has developed her own meaning for art.
I think that personally, art is like Braille to me. It's how I know the environment. I think it is necessary as like breathing. With breathing, I think we take it for granted. Art has that potential or it can have the potential, you just take it for granted.
As students, we often rely on professors to give us words of wisdom and encouragement to keep going in the future. As a final send-off, we asked Pat for some words of wisdom to all of the artists out there.
I think it's easy to find your passion. Because it just claims you. That's what you have to do. I think the words of wisdom have to do with you have to treat it well. You have to nurture it. You have to be aware of it and work at it.
We'd like to thank Pat for the many years of education and support she's provided the students here at UPike. We wish her luck in her future endeavors. I'm Nancy Brown, Bear TV News.
Last week, I got to check out my fellow students' lip-syncing skills at one of the biggest events on campus all year. BSU and Pride Plus held a lip-syncing event on April 27th. We spoke with Adam Lanos as well as DJ MC to discuss the event and how it was created.
Closer to whatever they wanted to be for that particular song. They come out here perform. And they win money. So how we judge is by crowd participation.
The way that we created this lip sync battle, so this week is Spring Fest week. We started this Spring Fest when I got here to UPike. Spring Fest is just the last week of school. We're trying to get all the students a last hurrah. This lip sync battle was kind of created with the thought from Pride Plus and BSU.
I want it that way.
DJ MC. Hit me on Instagram at DJ MC. DJ AMPC.
This is Trey Barnett with Bear TV News, signing out.
In sporting news, the Bears finished the regular season with the 8-0 win at Thomas More University. They then advanced to the Mid-South Conference Tournament where they sadly fell short to Campbellsville University in the series. The Bears finished with a record of 14-36. They were 3-27 in conference play. In other sports news, the U-Pike men's golf team concluded their season last weekend at the Mid-South Championship in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The team was led by junior and our very own Blake Maupin, who finished 10th for the tournament. He was also named All-Conference Honors, which is just the third time in program history. The team finished tied for 9th out of 11 teams. We spoke with head coach Dustin Reinstetter about the season.
So for my first year in coaching, we had a record-breaking performance as a team, 1 under par for a single day. So that beat the previous record by 1 stroke. Blake picked up his first collegiate win at Cherry Blossom, so that was good. And had 5 academic all Mid-South Conference players. And then we had our third ever second team all conference for the golf team.
Congrats, guys, on your season, and we look forward to seeing you back in action this fall. Up next, we have a special segment profiling select U-Pike students.
Hey y'all, Seth here, and welcome to Seth Students, a new segment on Bear TV News where I will showcase some of the brightest Bears on campus. Up first, we shine a spotlight on biology major Carly Maynard.
Biology is a very common major here at U-Pike, and is also one of the most challenging. Carly Maynard from Martin County has survived the test and has enjoyed the process.
After I graduate, I plan to go into optometry school, and with the biology major here at U-Pike, it just kind of checks off all the requirements you need for the optometry school.
On top of being a biology major, Carly Maynard is a member of our U-Pike dance team, with her last competition quickly approaching, and she is also a student ambassador for our admissions office. Her days are often very busy and chaotic.
On top of tours and practice, any spare minute that I get, I try to work out some homework. That way I'm not up too late. And then after practice, I try to come to the library with a group of friends to catch up on studying.
After graduation, Carly plans to immediately apply to optometry school and begin professional school as soon as possible.
My freshman year, I actually attended an optometry camp. I got to meet professors, look at a schedule, and just kind of see what they do every day. And ever since that, I was really excited to get into that. And what kind of stood out to me with the KICO program is that it's such small class sizes, so I feel like I really get that one-on-one time with my professor. At the end of the day, I would definitely want my own practice and hopefully go into pediatrics.
And I'm Blake Maupin with Bear TV News.
Up next, we have our final student profile, transfer student Lydia Coleman.
Coming from another state for school isn't always the easiest, but for transfer student Lydia Coleman, she's adjusting to the changes pretty well. Coleman, who came to the university from Tennessee, said she was influenced by her passions in the medical field.
But I wanted to do more. I really wanted to maybe possibly further my education. I worked for an optometrist. He told me to look into Kentucky. He never said Pikeville, he just said Kentucky. And that's when I found out Pikeville is the only place in Kentucky with an optometry program.
Back home, Coleman has a lot of family that miss her, but are rooting for her in her educational pursuits.
We just adopted my little brother. He is 3 years old, and it's very hard being away from him. On the phone, he'll ask me, like, why I'm not home, where I'm at, and I have to explain to him, like, I can't be home right now. So it's a little bit of a tough transition going from being in a bed alone to sharing a room with somebody else.
Coleman said that while some things may be tough, she's happy to find a warm and welcome atmosphere here at U-Pike.
The first day, my parents were just across the road in the hotel. It was tough not being able to just go see them when I wanted to, but I knew that I had to get used to it. Luckily, everyone's been super sweet, though. The first couple of days, I already made a couple friends that I still talk to this day. We hang out all the time. I go to their dorm and hang out. So it's been rough being away from the family these first couple of days, but in the long run, everyone's been super helpful here.
With Bear TV News, I'm Cody Davis.
Well, that's all for today's segment. I'm Seth Whipp, and thanks for seeing my students.
Thanks a lot, Seth. Well, that's all for today's show. We will be back the next academic year for more updates on the U-Pike community. I'm Ben Tate.
And I'm Trey Barnett, and this has been the May 2022 edition of the Bear TV News. Stay classy, Bears.